Hi, welcome to a different lighting setup than usual. I'm filming in my high-backed villain chair. Yeah, I just wanted to jump in here. I'm about to go to bed, but this video is going to be a week in my life. And I'm going to try and show you a little more than I usually do of my writing and the other stuff I get up to, because I feel like my last few videos have just been talking about like the writing session directly after it happened and then showing you one clip of John Wick, which is fine, but I think I can make more interesting videos than that. So this will be more effort to film and edit and stuff, but I'm looking forward to it. It's currently almost 1 a.m. and yeah, I'm not quite tired yet, but I'm getting there. So I'm thinking if I get in bed now, I should be able to fall asleep within the hour, hopefully. And then we will get up tomorrow and start the week. Okay, see you then. Okay, welcome to the next day. I slept pretty horrendously last night. I think I spent 2 to 3 hours trying to get to sleep, so this is later than I'd like it to be, but just gonna try and get stuff done regardless. I need some food. I'm not sure what I want to eat, but anyway, I will make a decision. Oh, some days you just feel like you are trudging through mud. Food and coffee has been acquired. Okay, so after a brief interlude to crash out on FaceTime with my dad about querying rejections, we are starting some piano. Okay, so you know those two clips you just saw of the click? The clip after that was meant to be my sweaty, glorious post-workout face, you know, saying something like, that was gross. But that workout did not happen. Instead, what happened was I watched like the first 3 episodes of Vanderpump Villa and 1 episode of Real Housewives. And then I went for a walk, and now we're here, and it's dark. And it's time to start writing. I don't really want to. Yeah. But it's the next thing on my list, so let's do it. Yeah, look, I'm sorry. This is not happening. My book, First Do No Harm, had its second birthday on April 1st. And I didn't want the whole month of April to go by without wishing it happy birthday. So happy birthday, First Do No Harm. Hey, so it's like 2:37 on Sunday. 2:37 a.m. I should say. And I'm having a real struggle with doing this video because, well, I guess because I'm having to confront the fact that I'm not starting this week. Like, I liked this video for about 2.5 seconds on Friday when I felt like I was, you know, doing stuff. And then yesterday, and well, Summer Friday and yesterday, it's just felt really hard to show like more of my life, because my life is just me taking naps and not, you know, like flaking on like writing sessions and goals and workouts. And that is like really hard to confront on a personal level, because it's not what I want to be doing, but also it's like really hard to contemplate putting that on the internet. Yeah. So I don't know whether this video is ever going to see the light of day, to be honest. Right now I'm kind of feeling like I just want to scrap it and go back to my lazy content where I just do brief clips talking about writing before and after. But then I've started and I've made some progress and I put some clips together, so then I don't want to waste that. Yeah. I don't know what the point of this was. Yeah. I'm hoping this week improves. I know it's partly just that I shouldn't be trusting how I feel about something at like this time of night. But then like when you work nights a lot of the time and you do a lot of good work at night, sometimes you feel like those rules don't apply to you and your night mind is like just as good as like, but I know I'm not fully rested right now, so it's like, yeah. Okay, I'm gonna cut this here. I'll talk to you when I feel in a better mood to keep going with this. Guys, I didn't want to say anything before I got to this point because this has literally been like 3 days of procrastination, but I've written 1,000 words. So it is Monday night at 9:10 p.m. and we can blow out John Wick. Woohoo! Okay, 4 days into this video and we've done our first bit of writing. I hope it doesn't take us another 4 days because that'll be my week done to get back to my next bit of writing. But yeah, I really liked what I had in that chapter. It's not completely done, but I kind of feel like I wrote a good scene, which I don't always come away from it feeling like every scene is a banger, and I know not every scene can be a banger, but that one I felt like it's gonna be, I think it's gonna hold up when I go back to edit it. I don't think it's in danger of like some things I write, I'm like, that either needs to be punched up or cut or something needs to happen with it, but I think this one will hold up. So yeah, I'm pleased with that, and the rest of the night I think I might do some reading. I don't know. I'll try and document. I didn't want to like film at the start because I felt like if I filmed a clip of me saying, yeah, let's do it, let's write, then that would have the reverse effect and I wouldn't get anything done and no writing would happen. So yeah, it has been good. For those of you counting John Wick, I think I used 3 or 4 matches before I gave up and got someone else to light him for me. So he continues to play havoc on my writing, but you know, that's just his nature. Anyway, I'll see you in the next clip. There are some nights I think cutting my reading off after an hour is like a good amount of time and I get through a lot of the book and, you know, but there are nights like tonight when I'm getting close to the end of a book where I'm like, oh, just a little bit longer. But like, I kind of try to stay disciplined to the time, but I'm so tempted to keep reading this because it is so gorgeous. I highly recommend, like, you know how the movie's just that like chef's kiss 2000s-esque like juicy goodness movie in a more modern font. Well, the book is like just kind of delightful. But yeah, that's my rant about Crazy Rich Asians. Okay, Moving on. Welcome to Wednesday. There are no clips from Tuesday. I will not explain why. I just got done with the workout I'd been avoiding for 3 days, so that is an achievement, and I will try not to avoid the next thing on my list for 3 days. Okay, piano practice done, which means it's time to put something else on the list, and I think that will be writing. Okay, the sun is very bright today, but this is just an update on where I'm at with my project novel. I'm gonna do another writing session. I am in chapter 23, I think it is, and I have about 1,000 words, and I've been aiming for about 2,000 words a chapter. Sometimes I go a bit over, but so if I write another 1,000 words, that'll kind of bring me to the end of the chapter, but I'm not really sure what I want to do next with the scene. Like, I know what I'm building towards, but I've kind of, you know, like, I think I've made strides with that in this chapter already. So I kind of just need a scene, not that's filler, but like that kind of builds on it in a different way or takes things in a different direction, just to kind of break it up and give it some variety. And I'm not really sure what to do with that. So yeah, this is kind of just me ruminating and figuring it out as I'm talking, and an idea has sort of, like, ideas are forming, but nothing's solid yet. So I will let you know what I come up with, but I think I might do a bit of a brainstorming session to start this. Okay, there you have it, 50 minutes later, 52,000 words, and we can blow out John Wick. Here we go. Okay, that didn't feel as fast as my last writing session, but I do kind of feel like it was, like, I'm close to the end of the chapter. Maybe not completely done. I probably need another 100 words, but it's a good, you know, like, it's good to get another one in the books for this week, because a lot of this week has been stop and start and like putting things off. So I feel good that I have another 1,000 words under my belt for the week. Welcome to Thursday night and the wrap-up clip of this video. This was not the greatest week for my writing progress. I think my total, I added it up, was 2,030 words for the week. And in that week, I also watched an entire season of Vanderpump Villa and did many other things that would constitute procrastination. But I think that shows that writing a novel is such a long task, like a long-term task, that you can kind of fall off for a week or a couple of days or even longer. And in the scheme of getting your novel and your project to where it needs to be, it doesn't matter. You know, you just pick yourself up the next week and continue and treat that week as a blip and kind of keep going. And that's what I'm gonna do, and that's the way I'm gonna approach this week. I don't know whether seeing more clips of different things worked for this video or not. You can let me know. But yeah, I did kind of get over the fact that, like, it wasn't the productive week I wanted to film, and I could still make a video out of it, and it would be okay to show that, you know, my writing process isn't perfect, and I don't always, like, you know, work like an ox. Like, I fall off, I have stumbles, I have weeks that are lower word count, and that's fine. It's part of the journey. So I hope that is comforting to you in your own writing or whatever you're working on. Yeah. So leave me a comment, let me know how your own projects are going, and I'll see you in the next video.